everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki, and today's video I'm going to be sharing a Sunday reset video. I've got some things on my list that I want to get done today, some ingredient prepping for the week, and then a little bit of cleaning around the house, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me. If you enjoy this video or find it helpful, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And let's get started. So right now I have a hot cup of coffee that I'm actually going to have before I get started. And this is just Members Mark hot coffee with a splash of the Chobani salted caramel cream. I think it's like the zero sugar one. So I'm having this right now, and then I'm gonna get started doing some of the ingredient prep in the kitchen. I like to do that first because one of the things I'm doing is baking muffins, and those can bake while I start doing some of the cleaning tasks. I'm gonna be making some apple muffins, some taco meat for the week, and then I'm also gonna make some breakfast sandwiches for Adam and I, just so that we have them ready as like quick and easy breakfast. Anyway, I'm gonna drink this and I'll get started in the kitchen. I recently got these jumbo egg molds off of Amazon. I used to just use the regular ones, but I switched to these because it's a little bit easier to add in some extra like veggies. Sometimes I like to add some bell pepper and onion and stuff like I'm doing today. So these jumbo ones are a little bit better for me to like be able to scramble it. And I feel like the eggs just fit better on the sandwiches now. So before I make these, I just spray the molds with some nonstick olive oil spray. Then I crack an egg in each mold. And I have jumbo eggs from the farmer's market. So that's just what I'm using today. So they were a little bit bigger, but in the fridge I had some red bell pepper that I wanted to use up, so that was perfect for these breakfast sandwiches. And then I just add some salt and pepper. I'm using some garlic salt, and then I pop them in the oven, and I just had it preheating to 350. I cook them for like 7 minutes, rotate them, and then usually they need another 5 or 7 minutes and then they're done. So I usually get those started first so they have a little bit of time to cool before I assemble the breakfast sandwiches. But then I just decided to start on the taco meat, which I had 2 pounds of 93% lean ground turkey. And I just use a big pan, set it to medium-high heat, and spray it with some nonstick spray and let the meat start cooking. I just mix it around every couple minutes. And while that meat was cooking, I got started on my apple muffins. So I mashed some banana, added some egg, some unsweet applesauce, and I just had cinnamon, which worked perfectly for this. I also add in some plain non-fat Greek yogurt, non-fat plain milk, some vanilla, cinnamon, and brown coconut sugar. And I decided to double the batch today because I had some Honeycrisp apples that were kind of bad and bruised, so I only had some chunks of them to use up, so it worked perfectly for this recipe, but I had enough to double it. So I decided to double it, and I'll have the recipe typed out in the description for just a single batch. But I'm just combining all those ingredients in a big bowl while I continue to cook the turkey meat. I just, again, stir it up every once in a while, and I really like to use this meat masher, but I like to let it cook first before, because when the meat's still raw, it kind of gets stuck in this. So once it's pretty much cooked up, that's when I use the meat masher to get smaller crumbles of meat. Then I mix the dry ingredients into the muffins, and I still have to cut up the Honeycrisp apples, but the turkey's done, so I make sure to strain that, and then I add 2 packs of Taco Bell mild taco seasoning and some water. I let the meat cook for a couple more minutes until it kind of thickens up, and then I just put it to the side to cool before I can just put it in the fridge, and then it's ready for a bunch of meals throughout the week. And 93% lean ground turkey is now 0 points on Weight Watchers, so it's even easier to just incorporate it as a higher protein option. I like to use it for nachos, enchiladas, rice bowls, and even pasta. And you can definitely peel the apples if you'd like. I just usually don't. And my favorite apples to use are, of course, Honeycrisp, because that's pretty much the only apple I buy. But you can definitely mix up or use whatever you have on hand. So I've got some cupcake liners that I'm just adding to my cupcake tins. And since I doubled up the batch, there were way more than 24 cupcakes. So I also ended up using a loaf pan to make a loaf of apple bread. And for that, I just spray it with some nonstick spray, and then I added the rest of the apple muffin batter. I I originally started prepping breakfast sandwiches ahead of time for Adam to bring to work because he packs his meals because he goes into work and I work from home, but these have actually become so quick and easy for me as well that I'm making extra today so that I have some that I can have throughout the week. My mornings are usually busier, so it's been a really nice, quick and easy option, and I freeze Adams because he prefers to just have them frozen, but when I make these, I usually just pop them in the fridge. Sometimes I don't go through all of them, so I freeze a couple, but I usually just pop mine in the fridge and find that they're even easier to reheat that way. And one thing that I really like about these is that I don't get sick of them because they're so easy to mix up. So I always change up the protein I'm using, whether it's Canadian bacon like today or just regular bacon or sausage. I also change the veggies that I add to the eggs. I change the cheese that I use, and you can even change like whether or not you use an English muffin or just bread or ciabattas or something like that. Then once the muffins were done, I put the apple loaf in to bake, and usually I put a streusel on these, but I didn't do that today because I just wanted these to be like a quick and easy bite before I work out in the morning, and sometimes I'm not hungry, I don't really want anything too sweet, so I tried to keep them kind of basic today. I'm just gonna pop the muffins into a gallon freezer bag and keep them in the freezer so I can just grab one the night before the gym, leave it on the counter, and then it's ready and thawed in the morning for me to just have as a quick bite. While the bread was baking in the oven, I decided to make a dent in some of these dishes. So I just started loading up the dishwasher, and I get overwhelmed when I do dishes, so it's kind of easier for me to take some things out of the sink and kind of put them next to me. Although this sink is bigger than our last house and I've been so grateful for it, it really does make a difference, but I get kind of overwhelmed and it's easier for me to kind of section things off. But anyway, I'm getting some dishes done and cleaning up the sink area. My hands get super dry in the winter, so wearing dish gloves like this actually makes such a difference, and I don't even do them for that long, but sometimes when I just get my hands wet for a few minutes doing them, it like gets so dried out. So it's been really nice to use these and definitely helps my hands in the winter. And it was driving me nuts the entire time I was doing these dishes, but our sink was just looking really dirty, so I knew that I wanted to clean it after, and we've been using this sponge for a little bit. We try to obviously get rid of it once it's dirty, but once it gets to a certain point, I try to use it as like my cleaning sponge. I kind of rotate them, and then I start a new one as the dish sponge. So I sprayed the sink with some cleaning spray and let it sit for a minute, and then I just scrubbed that down, and it looked so much better instantly. I also had this front area getting cleaned up on my list today. So we had recently gone sledding and had some like hats and gloves and snow pants just sitting there, some mail that just got thrown there, and all of our shoes had just gotten out of control. We try to keep like a pair each on the mat, and then in that little bench, which I just got that from IKEA, we just needed somewhere to have a place to like sit to put our shoes on, and I thought it would just be a quick solution for now until we can really figure things out with the house. But it's been working really nice, and we each get to keep like 2 pairs in the little cubby underneath. And then I just moved that aside, shook out the rug, and vacuumed because it was very, very needed. Okay, I finished up prepping the food, and while the loaf of apple bread was finishing up baking, I was able to finish the dishes and then also clean up the front area. So I was planning on doing another cleaning task and picking like one more thing to do today, but honestly I feel exhausted and I feel like I got a good amount done. I'm happy with what I got prepped. And with the cleaning around the house lately, I've been trying to just do like 1 or 2 things a day too. Like a lot of the times in the morning now, I just wake up right away, pick up things, which a lot of the times it's just dog toys that are scattered everywhere, but I do like a quick pickup and wipe down things, and it's definitely helped to like maintain the cleaning tasks. So anyway, I feel good with what I got done today, and I'm actually gonna end the video with a face mask and some crocheting. I thought this would be a good way to end my day, and I just have this hydrogel sheet mask. I have a bunch of different ones in my bathroom, and so I need to go through them and use them. So I'm gonna use this and just put it on my face. It says only 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna sit and crochet for a little bit. I might light a candle, put on this face mask, and just relax for a little until Adam gets home. I originally started crocheting in around 2016, and I never really stuck with it. It was something I kind of taught myself and then just got kind of busy with cookies and never went back to it. So I've recently picked it up again and enjoy it so much. It's such a nice, relaxing thing to do at the end of the night, and I like that it feels semi-productive because I'm creating something. And to be honest, I don't fully know what I'm doing. I've just kind of learned from watching videos, so I don't even know like the proper stitches that I'm doing and stuff, like the names, but it is something I want to learn more about and just get better at. But for now, I've just been practicing what I know, making some hats, headbands, and now this blanket. Okay, my face definitely feels nice and hydrated from that mask, and I made some good progress on my blanket, but I still have like 2 more things of yarn that I need to get through to finish the whole thing. Anyway, that wraps up my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this and found it helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I'll have the recipe for the apple muffins in the description below with the points and info for the ingredients that I prepped, but that wraps up my video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.